Aloha, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Karazhan, the chess event. I've gotten a lot of requests lately to do a video on how to solo this event, as a lot of people find it rather difficult without a group, but it is possible to solo, and I will show you today how that's done. Okay, as you can see, we've got the Horde side over here. We will be doing the Alliance side. If you are a Horde character, obviously this will work the same way, just on the opposite faction. The pieces that you need to be concerned with for soloing are going to be the human charger, the human cleric, and the king. These will be the only pieces we'll be concerned with in a solo event. Some guides will tell you to move the footmen. I don't recommend doing this, as the king has a cleave attack that will cleave one square in front of the footmen where they're currently at. So what I recommend is using them as a human shield, and just cleaving the living bejesus out of anything that comes up against you. The primary thing you need to be concerned with is Medivh. He uses a cheat, well, several cheats actually, 3 of them. The one that really is going to be a problem is going to be the flame cheat. He will randomly put flame fire all around the floor, and you need to be able to move the king out of that fire. None of the rest of the units we're going to be concerned with on that. The king can literally solo anything, this entire board, if he wants to. So what you need to be concerned with is getting the king out of fire. Now here's how we do that. When we activate this event, you'll hop in the king, at which point the event activates. You're going to immediately exit the king, and you'll start back up on the steps up here. You'll jump down, come back immediately, take your human charger, the horse here, and this moves just like in a standard game of chess. If anybody's ever played it, it moves up and to the right or left. So you can either move it here or here. I would recommend moving it to here, that way you're within range of the cleave of the king. It'll draw more enemies that way. The next thing you're going to do after you move the charger is you're going to again exit. It'll put you back up on the steps up there. You'll return down here, grab the human cleric, move him over one space to where the charger was standing, and you'll move him here, at which point you'll exit the cleric, of course be back up there, hop back down, and then hop in the king. At this point it becomes a waiting game. What's going to happen is you're going to wait for the units to come to the front lines up here, and when they do, you'll use the king's cleave to nail them. In the meantime, you'll be casting what's basically looks like a paladin blessing of kings. It's a miniature heroism to bolster your units until the enemy gets to these front lines. Whenever Medivh casts the cheat, if it's the fire cheat, you will move the king to the right to get out of it, as this space here will now be free, and then when he does it again, you'll move him to the left. Just keep moving the king to the right or left, and you'll be good to go. Whenever you can, if the king does take damage, like especially after the fire attacks, hop in one of these 2 clerics, whichever one happens to be alive, and heal the king up as much as you can. And in doing so, you'll win pretty easily. Realize that your units, even though you're not commanding these units, will auto-attack any enemies within range. That's why we're not going to bother moving the footmen or anything else. We'll just let our units take them on and not worry about it. So, I'll give you a demonstration of how this works, and hopefully this will help you out and show you how it's done. So we'll click our king here, and you'll do Control King Lane, and this is when the action starts. Okay, so we immediately go in and click this X to cancel out. Get back down to your units. Jump into charger, control charger, and you'll move him out of the way. Immediately exit the charger, get down again. Now realize you have a debuff here recently in game, meaning you can't go back into another piece till that's gone. So you gotta wait for that's gone.
Hello.
And then you can control again. Moving the cleric over one space. And immediately exiting out. At this point you're going to go into the king and be prepared for the first cheat from Medivh. Now a lot of this ends up being dumb luck as far as what cheats he uses. If he doesn't use the fire cheat, you'll be sitting pretty. If he does, it's just a matter of moving the king out of it and hoping that he doesn't use it so many times that you end up dead, because you will take damage from it. It does happen to where he uses the flame enough times that you end up getting killed, but just run it a couple times, you'll be fine. This is the heroism I was talking about, and then here's the sweep, which is the cleave, which will hit all three of these squares in front. So just keep casting your heroism, and what you're doing is attempting to draw Warchief Blackhand to the king. All the other units will come up this way too, but what you really want is for Warchief Blackhand to come this way. Now you see this unit came up here, and you can see the sweep is able to hit him. We're just using this footman out front as a human meat shield. Remember to keep casting your heroism whenever you can. Here comes the first cheat. You see the fire. Immediately get out of the fire. Now you see King Lane didn't take any damage, luckily, so we're still sitting okay. Gonna face him back towards the enemy. And cleave attack. And heroism. You can see Warchief Blackhand is still making his way up here. As soon as that charger dies, we'll be able to get some more stuff. Now you'll see the wolf come up forward, and we'll cleave him as well. Maybe. Well, instead the Necrolite came up, so we'll just work on him for a little bit. Now there's what we want to see, is all three of them in range here. We'll just keep working them down like that. You can see the sweep is just demolishing them. Warchief Blackhand is still making his way forward, and as soon as he does, we'll take him down pretty easily. Both of my clerics are still in good order, so this won't be a problem at all here. Neither of them have taken really any damage, so. Medivh is about to cheat again here, so we have to be ready for that. Here comes the cheat. And he did a cheat wherein he changes the direction of a few units, so no fire this time, so we're going to be sitting okay. Now hopefully Warchief Blackhand will come up a step and we'll be able to take him out. Notice all my other units here are just simply taking their time, and there we go. This is what we're waiting for here. As soon as Warchief Blackhand comes up forward, we'll just keep cleaving him and we'll be good to go. You can see Warchief Blackhand and King Lane both have the same amount of hit points. We'll face towards him, and that way my king here will do the automatic attacks on him. Now we're really getting lucky here. He's facing towards my footmen and my wizard there, so we're going to get plenty of hits on him before he ever even touches me here. If you look up here and see the King Lane's life starting to get a little low, you'll just exit out of King Lane, pop in one of these clerics and heal him up. Now you can see he's going the other direction here, so we'll just follow him around and pop him. beat him up a little bit here. I'm going to show you just real quick what to do for healing up the king. That way you get a chance to see it. I won't need it at all, but this way at least you get a chance to see.
See you later.
Just going to pop in the cleric as soon as debuff is gone. Click on the king, and here's your healing. And boom, heals him up. You also have the Holy Lance. Now, Medivh just cheated and put the fire down. I should have waited until the cheat was done, because now I got to get King Lane out of there in a heck of a hurry, so the fire doesn't kill him. Real quick, get him out of the fire. Now, as soon as we can, we'll face, change facing here towards Warchief Blackhand. And finish the job. And one more hit, and he's down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to solo the chess event. You'll now be able to move forward into the final boss and hopefully get your pet from him. That's why a lot of people try to solo this event, is so that they can get to the final boss and get the pet that drops off of him. I hope you found this guide somewhat informative, and I thank you for watching. Good luck.